in high school, so I've been into this since I was even a teenager. I've been reading about it in class, in history class. I got so into politics, and I thought about all the stories and all the achievements that have been made in America, and I thought, you know what, I want to be part of that history. And so before, I used to be affiliated with other stuff. I used to be affiliated with gangs and all these things, but I changed up my life and I became involved with anti-gang prevention. So in my neighborhood, I'm an activist against any of crews. I talk to kids to try to convince them into not joining any of these, the destruction that causes the neighborhoods, the destruction that we cause our own. And so for years, I've just been an activist. And when I heard about Bernie Sanders and talks about the whole American country, it kind of reminded me about the times that I had there in the streets, which is when people have money, they can be corrupt against people. And so I kind of, it was an analogy to what I felt with when I was younger. So now I started reading up on Bernie Sanders and Ernest V. Debs and everybody, and I started hearing about all these things about the corporations and the 1%, how they have, and I understand that we are the richest country in the world, supposedly, but the people that have the money, they don't share, or they don't give it to the people. We are out here living in countries where kids are living in poverty. Where we have places like Detroit or places like Flint, Michigan recently, who are in an economic crash, and these things are just some of the things that I thought are devastating. I mean, this is my country, and I don't want a country where I know my people are suffering from hunger. Usually you hear in the news like, oh, you go to like some other continents or something like that. They try to blind you away from the fact that your own country has people that are feeling the same way. They're the same people who are suffering on the streets, who are losing their homes constantly. And what are the banks doing? They're spending our money, they're taking it, they're absorbing it. But who knows? They try to use propaganda to say it's a good thing. It's a good thing that they have our money. It's a good thing that we are free healthcare, that's scary. Free education, educated Americans, that's scary. Well, guess what? I'm telling you that the American people will be educated. We're a new generation, and now that we have the social media, they can't confuse us, and they will not use propaganda against us.
Yes.
Because that was what they used to do before, but now it's a different world, and we are more open to what we need to know. And that's what I've realized as reading through all these things and studying all these candidates, that Bernie Sanders is the only one that actually opens the mind of the Americans and educates them, instead of tells them lies so they can believe that they're going to be a good candidate when in the first place. I kind of lost hope in the two-party system already, because I realized that either one gets funded by, whether it's the Goldman Sachs or the Koch brothers, it doesn't matter. They all want to do the interest because they want to be rich and they want to be politicians. I remember one time I asked my teacher, I want to be a lawyer. How can I become a lawyer? No, I want to become a politician. She said, you go to law school, but most lawyers are corrupt. So I wondered, oh man, is that true? So my new plan is, I want to go to law school, and my new ideas is to get to the top, so then I can bring all of us together. And then Bernie Sanders says it's not about one candidate, it's about an ideology, and that's what this year's election is about. Thank you.
Woo! Yeah.